Honestly, why are people even getting degrees and going into debt nowadays when we can't even get the most basic level jobs?
What's good? I'm Tech Bag Trey, your favorite cousin on your mama's side. Yo, we talking about job market reality checks. Let's get into it, man.
Honestly, why are people even getting degrees and going into debt nowadays when we can't even get the most basic level jobs? I just saw this TikTok and it was like, do you need a master's degree to be a receptionist because no one's hiring? Because nowadays people will apply to the most mundane jobs, if not with a master's degree, and still get denied because you're not what they're looking for. You're telling me I can't answer a fucking phone? People always ask why I went to law school, and it's like the job market is so ass, bro. I applied to so many jobs. I applied to fucking Twin Peaks and got denied, okay? And like, I get it. I don't have very much serving experience, but I'm literally in fucking law school. I've had multiple jobs. The only interview I could get is Target with a college degree. Like, dead ass Target. And not even the position that I applied for, like basic level Target associate, okay? And people want to hate on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Uber, Lyft, different side hustles, social media, but like maybe if a job would pay more than 14 fucking dollars an hour with a college degree or enough to get a fucking apartment, people would stop doing those things. Like, I'm sorry, but if I graduate law school and I'm not making enough money to have like a decent apartment, fuck you and your debt, and also I'm marrying rich.
Yo, that's crazy. But I mean, she has some points there, y'all. It's pretty tough out there, and it's not just the tech industry. Obviously, we hear about the tech industry all the time. Um, Matter of fact, one of the videos in here is a lady from the tech industry. But at the end of the day, it's every industry. Every industry is getting hit, and it's taking no prisoners right now. The job market right now in 2025 is no joke, and we just we gotta figure it out. Okay, so if y'all have some tips, y'all know some stuff, put it down in the comments. People need help right now. All right.
It's not you. There are no more jobs. And the few that there are, you're competing with 5 million other people, and they're requiring that you offer up your firstborn and already come with 45 years of experience.
Yo, well, yes and no. So I do know what she's saying, right? Obviously, she was exaggerating, but it's true. The jobs that are hiring, you better come with it. Like, and the experience that I think a lot of people, especially recent grads, they're like, yo, how am I supposed to get experience if I'm trying to get my first job, but I can't get my first job unless I got experience? It's like, you have to do some things, right? And IT, some things would be like creating your projects. So doing your projects can be counted as experience, right? And you have to build out that project, your portfolio, so that it can show a good range of experience. So if you don't have it with the job, at least you have it with what you've been doing in your space. And so I'm a huge proponent of also creating content, right? Because I created content around the space of tech that I was in, um, at, and really doing it and talking about it, people who are in these hiring positions, because let's not like get it twisted. Companies are hiring. They're still hiring. If you go to LinkedIn right now, there's rows and rows of people who just got a new job posting their packages that they got from that company. Like, jobs are hiring. The stakes and who they hire, they're being more particular about that. So you have to come with it. You got to know your stuff, and you probably not probably, you better know some stuff about AI in your space and how it works, because that's who's going to win. If you come in that interview and you're like, yes, I'm typically able to get this done in 4 hours, and I'm very great at what I do. I comb through every detail, and I come in after you and I say, yes, I'm very proficient at what I do, and I also understand this AI, this AI, this AI. And as long as y'all are good with that, I have used that to get my times for this particular thing down to an hour. Who are they going with? They're going with me. And then they're going to have me teach the few people that they do keep on, right? Because they're going to lay some people off. It's like, oh, snap, we just found a way how to actually get this down, and they're going to teach it to these people that we do decide to keep. So you definitely want to throw in some AI in there, but at the end of the day, that's where we are. That's where we are. And let's go through some of her comments though, for sure, because I know she had something to say there, and that was pretty interesting. So it says it's so bad you can't even get the easiest jobs no more. That's a fact. That is true. Plus, you're competing with the recently laid off federal employees who have 1 million years of experience, education, certifications, and security clearance. And yo, that right there is for real, for real. Like those people who are getting laid off from the government, they come in with some stuff. Now, people are saying that they don't really do a whole lot in, in the government, right? That's not for me to say or not say. I have no clue. I've never worked for the government before. But what I do know is they got that security clearance. And so it's definitely a plus. So they're right. That job market is flooded with those people as well. So they're coming for that same job. So what's going to help you stand out? You got to know.
Every time I think I'm not going to get emotional, I end up getting emotional. But basically, this is my second time in the past, I think 3 years, being laid off from, honestly, somewhat of a dream job. And while I'm so incredibly grateful to be given opportunities to work in really cool industries and with really cool people, it is draining. Not only is it really draining working corporate sometimes, but working in a field that tends to have a lot of layoffs, because even when you have a job, it never really feels that secure. And the irony of it is I'm a recruiter, and I have been for the last 7 years. So I literally work in hiring, and I work with people who either lose their jobs or are transitioning jobs all the time. But when it happens to you, you still don't really know what to do. And even when you know that the layoff is not your fault and there's not really much you could have done, even in this last role, I was literally promoted 3 months ago, and then last Friday was my last day. So even knowing that there's nothing I could have done and getting feedback that there's nothing that I could have done, it's hard, because a part of you is really proud of your work and where you've gotten in your career. And so it feels like rejection when it gets taken away from you, and that part really sucks. I did not think this was going to be a come on here and cry video, because I've literally never done that on social media, but I was hoping maybe I was going to have something more inspirational to share. Unfortunately, at this time I do not. Just know that it sucks, and if this is...
Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you can't take this kind of stuff personal. That I do know, right? Like a lot. Sometimes when people get on social media and they, are crying or they're super emotional about the thing, it is an emotionally draining situation, right? You get laid off. Sometimes it's like right then and there, right? Maybe you just came in the office. I'm talking about stuff that I've seen. You just came in the office. You just got your coffee. You sitting down, and they're calling you to the head person's office, and then while you're in there and they're telling you that you're getting laid off, there's the supervisor or the team lead out with the brown box special and throwing your stuff in the brown box so that they can then walk you out to the front and then have your box waiting on you so that you don't have to come back to the floor and cause commotion. I'm telling you what I've seen. So it can definitely be a traumatizing experience. But from what she said, I think this is a part of something that does happen to a lot of people as well. And I like to call it confusing what you do with who you are. And we got to remember there's no such thing as job security. I'm just being honest. It is not. You're in a space where the company is putting you on the same side as the light bill. And so if it's a decision versus the light bill, they're going to go with the light bill every time. And so if you can't find a way to get on the profit side instead of the expense side, there's no such thing as job security. So she's internalizing, yes, I work for a prestigious, corporate company or whatever, and that has become her identity. You're going to have a tough time, because when something like this happens, it doesn't compute right. So this is where sometimes you might see like, oh, hey, who are you? And they're like, I'm a doctor. And it's like, I asked who you were. not what you do. And when people confuse that, it does cause some trouble down the line, because when you're no longer in that position, or you're no longer that thing, or you no longer make that money, who are you after that, right? Personally, my faith and my identity is in Christ. But with that being said, I'm a husband, I'm a father, like I'm so many more things before what I do. And so hopefully that's not the case for her, but I've seen it plenty of times, and that's what it seems like. So just remember, y'all, uh, layoffs, they're going to happen. And this job market that we're in right now is getting crazy, and it's still going to continue to be like that. So just remember, continue to upskill, continue to stay vigilant, and also like continue to update and keep your brag book up to date, right? If there's stuff you're doing at that job, you need to be writing it down, making sure that you're remembering, those number things, the hard numbers. Yes, I helped bring the company in an additional 28% in revenue for Q3. Like stuff you're not going to remember a year and a half or 3 months later when this happens, right? But you can always go back to it then and update your LinkedIn. Anyways, y'all know I'm going to leave the content creators information in the description. And go ahead, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm so this can get out to the other people. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next